Right, balikan natin, Sen Coco, yung resolution na final ni Senate President Zubiri. Bilang nabanggit nyo nga that you're in the minority, can we expect na kukontrahin nyo po yung
Yes,
resolution na ito?
yes. Yes. Kami ni Senator Risa Ontiveros have come to an agreement that we will oppose this. Ako naman, I will just telegraph my plan. I will question this on 3 levels. Number one is, what is the motivation? Why did the authors file this? Because out of their genuine desire to amend the Constitution, or as a reaction to certain political developments on the ground, to nullify certain political developments, or to counter some political maneuver. So yan ang number one, because dapat it must be a genuine desire to amend the Constitution. And then number two, I will question the procedure. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, when the Senate and even the House of Representatives, when we start acting as a constituent assembly, we must formally convert the chamber, the body. There must be some pronouncement that, okay, now we are not no longer acting as Senate as lawmakers, but we are acting as Senate as constituent assembly. So, yun. Therefore, we must be ready for that. There must be rules. We must have Senate rules as a constituent assembly. So, procedural po yan. And of course, my third line of interpellation or of asking questions would be the subject matter. Doon at papasok na tayo ron sa... Because I have seen the resolution. Ang proposal kasi is to insert the phrase... unless otherwise provided by law. If we do so, as proposed, what would be the effect? I believe there's a danger of misinterpretation still. And then the resolution filed by the Senate President limits itself to 3 subject matters, di ba? Public utilities, basic education, and advertising. So ang question, why? Why did you limit to the 3? What happens to the other protected areas of the Philippine economy,
Senator,
etc.
posible po ba talaga yun na malimit lang yung diskusyon sa economic revisions at hindi talaga gagalawin yung politika? I mean, doon sa resolution na yun.
In a constituent assembly, posible. Because may rules, di ba? Sabi ko nga, there must be rules. And definitely, if we write the rules on constituent assembly, since it is still a collegial body, ang basic rule pa rin dyan is the majority rules. The majority dictates what will happen. So, if there is really a disciplined majority, they can limit the majority can control the subject matter of the constituent assembly.
So meaning
But if
your
the
rules
if the majority is an undisciplined one, then kakala talaga, sasabog yan.
Yun nga po ang sana i-follow up ko doon, no, Sen. Ilan po ba kayo so far in the minority? There's you and Senator Ontiveros. Then I think Senator Marcos has been kind of outspoken.
Yes.
Also, she is against
okay.
it. Sino pa po, no, yung nasa side niyo? Kasi malaki yung majority, so ma-outnumber po kayo. And like you said nga, kung Constituent Assembly ang magde-decide at magbobotohan sa rules and limitations ng Chacha, medyo nakakapraning pa rin po.
Correct. Dapat mag-worry tayo, but this is what I want to say, that the minority in the Senate as a lawmaking body may not be the same minority in the Senate as a constituent assembly. So, dalawa lang kami as a lawmaking body, pero sa constituent assembly, anong malay natin? Kasi ganito ang aking thinking There can be a senator who is agreeable to the substance of the proposed amendment, but he does not agree with the timing. Okay. Sabi niya, bakit ngayon? Ang dami-dami ko pang bills na gustong sponsor. Ang daming problema ng taong bayan. Ito yung mga solusyon sana sa problema nila. Ito mga naisip ko mga bills. Ngayon, isa-sidetrack natin ang sarili natin. We will be spending more time now on debating these proposed amendments to the Constitution. So pwedeng ganun ang reason. And therefore, that senator, although sabi niya, I have an open mind to the proposed amendments, but I will let us shoot this down para balik na tayo sa focus on the problems of the people which can be solved through legislation. Kaya naman eh.